Whoop whoop. Hi everybody, how you doing? So it's me and I'm back here. Nikki in the building, the room, the aura, the place, the subconscious, the conscious, the ear. So today I just want to talk about something really important. And you know, this came to my, I've always thought this, but it just came to my attention to say something because I was watching television the other day and what was I watching? I think it was Black Ink. And the girl, the Haitian girl's son, whose name is Dessalines, by the way, was like, he is going to the army. And Dessalines in the American Army, whatever, it's kind of oxymoronic if you know your history. So I was like, damn, man, we got to stop doing this shit. So I decided to just come out and be like, look, black men do not belong in the American military forces, and here's why. Number one, it's obvious, right? They're always exploiting us and then using us to win, yet their winning is what's consistently making us as a people losers. So it's kind of like we're helping them to gain power in this political infrastructure. We're basically the armed forces of Great Britain, whatever. We're not getting into politics right now. Well, pseudo politics. With that being said, since we know the history of the American strong arm, the American military forces, then why are we then fighting for America? If we are a nation within a nation who's not even granted sovereignty, by the way, we're just kind of here dangling in the wind. They don't want to constitutionally be responsible for us, even though the Constitution says the dominant society has to take care of the lower society because they know it's built up on capitalism, blah, blah, blah. So, even though it's our constitutional right, you know, we don't need that. We don't need no handout. All we need to do is just be left to our own recognizances. And we can't do that if we consistently back up their antics. Like, okay. Let me give you some examples for it. And I took some notes actually for this one, because I know all these things, but I know so much of it. So I just want to kind of put in some type of, not even order, just so my rambling will be organized chaos. Right? Yeah, I like that. So basically what we're doing is conserving our own oppression by helping them to win, by helping them to spread their ideology and their capitalistic thought, to help them spread their colonial power. We're doing that, you know, and it's like, without us, they would basically kill themselves. Don't make no mistake. There will be wars. There will be war-torn countries. There will be winners. There will be losers. There will be a dominant society. But we have a play on who it is. Like, we're conserving our own oppression by helping them win. Let's go back to the Civil War. Let's go back to the Civil War. So now, first of all, black soldiers were manipulated. They always have been. They always will continue to be. They dangle this dream in your face and it's never quite attained. Excuse me, except for the black ones that they put up and say, oh, he made it, you can too. So, excuse me. So what I mean by black soldiers were manipulated, remember, they were fighting to prove, in the Civil War, they were fighting to prove that they were men, they were worthy of being called men. But not only that, they were also fighting for their right to be free, to end the institution of slavery. To end the institution of slavery, right? However, they were fighting under the wrong intentions. That's what they were told. We all know the Civil War was a political struggle between North and the South, and the South were using their slaves as part of their population. Therefore, they were having more control in the House of Representatives. The South was expanding over the North, etc., etc., etc. That's why Lincoln was like, look, with or without slavery, to save the house, I'll do what I got to do, whether I got to get rid of it or not. Because the North industries wouldn't have been popping like they were popping if not for the free labor of the South constantly sending raw materials to industrialize, to work with, to make money off of. You know what I mean? Remember, money is always going. That's why they always say follow the money. You'll find out what's up. So it's not like they cared about the institution of slavery as a whole, how people were treated, etc., etc. However, that's what the black soldiers were saying when they begged their way, when E.B. Du Bois and all of them basically Frederick Douglass and begged their way, and Harriet Tubman begged their way into this war. Look, they were dying by the thousands. The North versus the South. We should just kick back, let them argue over us, no doubt, and die out. Dwindle in numbers significantly. That was their spat. They had nothing to do with us, but yet we constantly get mind fucked because we're not thinking about the bigger picture. We're playing checkers and they're playing chess. We know for a fact they're playing chess because Big News Zabriskie wrote the Grand Chessboard. Read that. Read trilateralism. You have to do your research. I encourage that. Read. Sometimes it takes a long time to decipher a lot of that terminology, but it's worth it. Read it. Understand it. You got to know thy enemy, if not anything else. So anyway, so they always manipulate us into fighting for them for wrong reasons. Now the Civil War, they got the first taste of what we was really capable of. It scared them, but also make them aware. You know what I mean? That hold on, we bred them, we made them, we low key control them. They this strong? They got this much muscle, they got this much power. If it wasn't for the Civil War, remember, they would not have won, right? The North wouldn't prevail over the South. Yeah, they emancipated slavery. Look up the legal term of emancipate. These are lawyers, these are politicians. Look up the legal term for emancipate. It's only to change ownership. So we went from being owned by individuals and people to being owned by a conglomerate, which is the United States of America. That's all. That's all that happened at the end of the Civil War. And just think about it. We bled and died alongside with them, saved their lives in battle. You understand this? There's accounted testimony of their fellow comrades saying that these Negro soldiers are the shit. Their edicts, newsletters, things, the publications, they're out there for your own knowledge. Go look it up. Then after Civil War, what we got? We got Jim Crow, segregation, all of that, right? Right? Now remember, when was the Civil War? From the 1860s to 1865, 60s. I probably should have wrote that down, but whatever. You get it. You know your history just like I know mine. So after that, that 10 years basically of bullshit from 65 to we'll even say 75, because we still had Jim Crow and all of this going on after we fought and died and bled for this mindfuck just to be decorated soldiers going back. Remember, it was the Massachusetts, what was it? I probably wrote them down. Glory, Denzel Washington, the Massachusetts, what was that regiment called? But anyway, it was them doing that made a pivotal point for the North to be able to take the Mississippi River and all that. And we all know how the Civil War ended. Even decorated soldiers came home broke, sharecroppers. Working and begging and slaving for the same people they had just defeated. Not only that, they also had the prison industrial system starting. Industrial system. Remember, they was getting locked up north. They were working up north. Those were where the industries were. So it's like the North, quote unquote, fought for you to end slavery, but yet still that's where the prisoners went to go work at when they wasn't down here building the tracks that led from the south to the north. They were expanding the tracks, rather. So, but even through all of that, isolated, segregated, we still prevailed. We had Black Wall Street, we had Wilmington, we had before Freedmen's Bank stole all our money. We had about $76 million, like just in that 7-year time frame. So they knew what was up with us as a people. But anyway, back on not joining the military. So we got mind fucked there, right? We all know how it went during Civil War. We all know this, right? So and then let's talk about the end of the Civil War. In what was it? 1864. We have William Walker in 1863, who actually was killed by a firing squad for demanding equal pay. Now, this is after the Massachusetts regiment made that pivotal point in the North domineering over the South and consequently winning the war. This is after that, where soldiers still weren't given equal pay, where they were getting $13 a month to white soldiers. Black soldiers were getting $10 a month, and 7 of that, and they were getting $13 a month plus $3 allowance. They was getting $16 a month. Some of them were getting $20 depending on if you were officers or not. But they had their $10 given to them. 7 of that was their pay 3 of that was the money withheld for their pocket. It was their own personal allowance that wasn't sent back home or whatever. It wasn't in addition to. They got 10 total. So begging for equal pay, he was like, shit, I tell you what, you want to pay us $7, we're going to do $7 worth of work. William Walker's documented, go look at him. Killed by and executed by an American firing squad in 1864. The war ended in 1865 violently. As far as the violence ended in 65. But remember, we have Reconstruction and all that. Let's talk about Reconstruction. Reconstruction was some bullshit. We know Reconstruction was some bullshit. Yeah, that was reconstructing the House of Representatives, delegating power and redistricting what we call in modern times. But after the feds got what they got, they bounced. Because segregation and Jim Crow and all that shit wouldn't have been allowed had it really been about the treatment of black people, one, and had the federal government stayed to implement a new institution for us to integrate into society. No, that didn't happen. Black soldiers used to win and shoved to the side. Okay, that's not enough, y'all. Let's go to World War I. Now, you know, World War I, America was like, we ain't getting involved in that shit. We don't have nothing to do with that shit. If we do fight in that shit, it's going to be under our own banner, under our own flag. We ain't fighting for nobody else. But the French was supposed to be their partner. But, you know, America got to have the backstabbing people as a political force who was supposed to be their friend. Was like, shit, we need help, America. What's up? So America was like, well, really low-key, fuck them. But, you know, because we had the Haitian Revolution, crippled them all. The French was forced to sell out of their territory. Louisiana Purchase, all that shit happened in the 1800s. So, America always looked down their nose at France anyway, which is why America's treated like shit in France. But if you go to America and say you African or you black, indigenous from some other land, they treat you like God. It's a lot of pubs naming after black soldiers over there and everything. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. That don't mean they love you. Just saying. Even though we love to follow the love, don't do it. So, anyway, World War I. So they gonna fight under themselves. The French was like, look, we need some help. Oh, we don't really fuck with y'all, but here, you can have these niggas. So they give them the 369. Now, let me break this up for you. And this is even today. It's still today's code in the military. Any regiment, any force that begins with a 3, I forgot the alphabet. It's the alphabet too, but my homeboy wouldn't tell me. But I think because that's probably what they use more popularistically than the number system, the numerical system. Anything begin with 3 or 6 is a black regiment, a black platoon, or a black whatever brigade, whatever you want to call it, the National Guard, all of that shit. Any regiment begin with 3 is black, then and now. So the 369, the Massachusetts 3, whatever they were called in the Civil War, it's all this shit is the same. Now World War I was what, from 1916 to 1923 is when everything ended. So let me see, do I take some notes on World War I? I did a couple. But anyway, we all know who the Harlem Hellfighters are. So the 369, they gave them these niggas, sent them with old ass pistols from the Civil War that didn't work, that only held 3 bullets. All that shit. Like, fuck these men, alright? Sent them old 100-year-old, 70-year-old equipment. Like, come on. So they got out there, the French gave them French guns, whatever they fought under the French. They fought for 191 days straight on the front line. No other regiment has ever done this. Ever. Now, regiment is not a small, well, it's relatively small, but these are thousands of men. Okay? They were rotating in and out in small little platoons. Come on, man. Y'all got to know about the Harlem Hellfighters. They fought like hell. They got the highest, what was it called? I know I wrote that down. The Gutens Wall award. It's the highest award that you could get in the French military. Right? They got that there in France. Remember, America said, don't treat them like no different. Don't treat them like nothing other than no nigga. We expect you to treat our niggas like we treat our niggas, because we don't need these niggas come back thinking they not niggas. But the French was like, fuck it, these niggas out here fighting. The Germans, which is the enemy of French, is what named them black men the Harlem Hellfighters, because they was fighting like they was straight out of hell. Which we were. That's how come we got the illusion of inclusion now. And it's just mind trickery now, because knowing who your enemies are, push you on a direct path. They need you confused. Harlem Hellfighters, they still scared of the hell within our souls. They're afraid of the fire of our past lives. Make no mistake that they're meditation away. So, back to the Harlem Hellfighters 369. They fought for 191 days. For France, got the highest honor. I have Henry Johnson, who just got honors in 1996. He got a statue in Harlem, but guess what? He had no American medals on him. America did not even acknowledge these motherfuckers after, the Harlem Hellfighters. Let me say motherfuckers, I'm just out of potty mouth. When they got back after the parade. These men died poor, broke, and hungry. A few of them were able to stay in the military and become the first officers, but they were just the people that we used to get more people to enlist so that we could use y'all muscle and y'all brawn to bully other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? White folks had to take testosterone and hormones and shit to get as angry as a motherfucker like us is. Naturally. Get out there and with impunity. Smash on that ass. We do it to each other. You think we won't do it to an enemy? Okay. So anyway. We have the famous band leader, James Reese Europe. They used the propaganda band to get more people, black men to enlist. But he also saw combat. He was murdered and died in an unmarked grave. That's how they did their soldiers back then. Their battle records were never cleared. All the awards that they received in France was never put on their battle records here. They just erased everything from their jackets. They never even included, oh, no, niggas didn't do that. And just gave them the discharge papers with nothing. No check, no nothing, no none of that shit. Even now, in 2018, black men have to beg to be let out of the military at the correct disability percentage. I have some homeboys crazy than a motherfucker who are not at 80%. Back hurt and mind fucked. And at like 30-40% disability. Women, black problems, and it's terrible. Feet problems from inadequate equipment, hand-me-down old-ass equipment. It's still segregated. You only get the white blacks over there with the blacks. I'm telling you. But anyway, we're going to go in chronological order. We only World War II. I'm bringing it to present day. Herbert Young was another one who died broke. These men were decorated in France, but nothing in America. Remember, this is World War I started in 1917, politically ended in 1923, although the fighting ended in like 1919. But we had treaties and stuff like that was still going on during the, you know what I'm saying, stuff that really had nothing to do with us, but we were done fighting by then. But remember, now we're in the 1920s. We got the first terrorist attack on American soil was done actually by Euro-Americans to Afro-Americans here in America when they bombed in 1920, bombed Black Wall Street, bombed Tulsa, Oklahoma, bombed a very affluent black settlement, bombed them, killed them all. My people from Oklahoma, they that's how we got our town back and down here where we from. Come on. You got to understand the mind fuckery of the military. They have to break you first. That's why you got basic training. They have to break your mind first. If your mind can't be broke, your spirit can't be broke, and we can't force your allegiance to us and only us, then you're not military equipment anyway. You're not going to kill with impunity. You're not going to be a hit dog. You're not going to do what we say do. You're not going to smash on what we say smash on without a second glance. You have morals. You have values. We don't want you. That's the point of basic training, to break you down. So they can train you up in the way they want you to go, because they daddy now. So, anyway, they never received their honors. And in 1920, right, they're back now, poor, still hungry, but they're making a way. They are tailors. They're making brooms. They're making toilets. They're inventing things. They're making ice cream scoops. They're inventing things. Remember, because white folks are lazy. Euro-Americans are lazy because they had the kidnapped Afro-Americans and Haitians and Pacific Islanders to capitalize off of and to use. So they wasn't ingenuitive. They didn't need to create anything to make work easier. So we were domineering in those subservient roles and being millionaires. We had money. If you think that 76 million was something that we had in Freeman's Bank after the Civil War, imagine after World War I, the money that we fucking had. We was balling. We've never been a broke people. Ever. No, that's how they trick you. We've never been broke. So keep forward. Stay out their military. You do not belong there. After we fought valiantly in France because they didn't want us to fight for them here, we fought like G's out there and deserved names, even accolades from the fucking French enemy. From Germany, no less. Come on now. Get here, get bombed, get rich, get bombed. Get your land stole. Get fucked up, get mind fucked. And then now we're still deep in Jim Crow. We still get mind fucked. Now we go from Civil War to Civil Rights. From Civil War to World War I to Civil Rights in World War II. You see, it's always a mind fuck. We don't have to go deep into World War II. We know about the Tuskegee experiments. We know about C-1264 ship. We know about the airmen, the Tuskegee airmen. We know about all of this. And then World War II, yet we still fighting civil rights. Now, we over there domineering Hiroshima. We domineering them for now. We doing what we got to do in them. And still we experiencing Agent Orange and all these melanin experiments and stuff going on our own soldiers while we out there then get back and being treated like shit. Do anybody remember their president? Still begging for disability, still begging. And then coming back with drug addictions. See, because we were still coming back militarizing our communities back then. Still coming back teaching what we knew. We weren't just sitting back taking that shit in Wilmington and in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We fought. The women and children ran. The men stayed and fought. We put up a valiant effort. Don't make no mistake. We ain't never been no bitches. But the winner always can tell the story. So if the winner can tell the story, then the winner can put out anything he wants. He can say we roll over, play dead, we ain't put up whatever. He can say he can put that narrative out there because he's telling the tale because he won. You know? So stay out the military. It's a proven fact. And even now that we're using the military to separate us through classism. Like, shit, bitch, I got the ghetto. You could have did this. You could have did that. Now they're using us to separate us. Now we're oppressing ourselves and dividing ourselves. Are you going into the military to get out and create paramilitary forces to teach disarmament, hand-to-hand combat, and how to break down weapons and stuff to your people? Is that what you're going for? Then why are you going? Why? Let me tell you something. That's our fucking mistake. That's where we mess up as a people, because we never build a military force to protect what we have. We are the richest people, but we have no military force behind us, so we cannot protect ourselves. We'll continue to make these affluent black neighborhoods. We'll continue to make this capitalistic environment work simply because we don't have a military force to protect us. That's what Huey and them was trying to do, because Huey knew that we need arms to protect us. We have the capability of creating and making it. We have proved it time and time again through our over-oppression, our re-oppression, and our oppression again, because they keep having to keep their foot on our neck because we steady get from under their ass. And we steady building and steady making it. So they have to start this shit over again. And we have to start from scratch again as a people, but that's okay. We persevere. What I'm saying is that since they know this about us, we need to pick up where Huey left off. Build us a military. We got natural born soldiers born every day that are out here mad, angry, aggressive, don't know why. Because you a soldier, baby. You got the spirit of a soldier, probably the past life of a soldier. I'm a soldier. But we're not training them and giving them anything to fight for. Recognize that in your boys and in your daughters. Recognize that military strength they naturally have and then give them something to fight for. Look, baby, you a leader. Look, baby, protect the black community. Protect yourself. You see a girl out there getting harassed, you protect her. You look out for her. You look out for your wife, your daughter, and your sisters. Same thing for you, queen. When you go from a princess to a queen, that's an ascension. You are a warrior. You protect. Some of the fiercest warriors for women. You know, oh, she bitter, she mad. Nah, she a soldier. Without a war, without a cause. Because you motherfuckers forgot it was on. Through the illusion of inclusion. So y'all think y'all politically aligned with these people and you are not. So, look. Just like the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty was a whole slug. That's why they sent a black woman, a black female statue with broken chains over here. Yeah, y'all was making fun of France when France lost the Haitian Revolution and I had to sell all that territory to America. But now them niggas over there whooping y'all ass. Now look how, look. You know? Come on, they sent it in the 1800s. Civil War. Look, y'all. Stay out there military. We don't belong unless you're going to get trained and understand how to make weapons, how to remove fire pins, how to disarm somebody. Then you're not in your neighborhood, the hood you came out of. teaching them people how to take weapons. Y'all look on TV and say how you snatch a weapon from somebody aiming at them. Don't y'all want to do that? Tase them with their own taser. If the young man in Dallas that was murdered by that cop, when he first, instead of being shocked and in his sleep, he hopped into action and immediately rolled on the floor, got to her, knocked her over, and pinned her down, and made her announce who the fuck she was. Because his paramilitary training that he got from his black brother who served time in the military. Come on. Stay out they shit if you're not serving no ulterior purpose. Everything we teach them, they use against us. We taught them guerrilla warfare. And now they got crazed. They encourage PTSD among Euro Americans, and they do that because when they go psycho crazy, they're like wild dogs. You can run. You can never run a black man. You can trick him and manipulate him, but you can't just run him like that. Now he gonna always think because deity do that. You know what I mean? We can't help but function as who we naturally are, even though we function on a lower levels, on a lower frequency. So, come on. Black soldiers are never respected. They're never appreciated. They're never loved throughout history. They have used us to win, to domineer. They were sending black men over to Somalia to fuck with Africans. Asians thought gods had returned because they were still over there worshiping us. Come on. They used us, abused us there, won on our backs, used and abused us here on our return. Falsified army records, have to fight for your GI Bill, have to fight for every fucking thing that they said they would give you. They don't tell you that, oh, you get this GI Bill, you think you about to go to college, but you PTSD, not getting adequate medical help, and then you flunking out of school, next thing you know, they go your GI Bill. Don't make no D. That GI Bill buys a house, it don't buy land. Look, people, stay out they shit. The same motherfucker that raped you, killed you, kidnapped you, took you, erased your ancestry. The only thing you have to really meditate upon is a past life that you probably can't even reach to figure out your own history and what tribe you from. Took voodoo from you and gave you Catholicism. You gonna trust them with your life? You gonna fight for them? Let them motherfuckers argue with themselves. Euro Americans know how to talk to Euro Spaniards and Euro Europeans and Euro Middle Easterns and Euro Moroccans and Euro Indians. Europeans know how to talk to one another. They know how to deal with one another. Let them motherfuckers fight. Let them argue. Look what Andrew Jackson did. Black men fought and died with Andrew Jackson. Alongside of Andrew Jackson, he bragged about his black soldiers and his control over his black soldiers. Yes, Andrew Jackson. The child molester, Sally Henson, baby daddy. Was that her name, Sally Henson? Yeah, she had that young girl, that young black wench, she had them cheering where he was molesting. That's what they call them wenches, no disrespect. Yes. Oh, come on. Andrew, and then look what he did to all them cats he went in this, laid waste to him. Teddy Roosevelt in the Spanish-American War, when they refused to expand slavery in the Mexican territories, they didn't want to get your dark confused with our dark, because President Pico looked just like me, probably a little bit darker. Santa Anna, aka Sin Bull, a little darker than me. It's funny how when Santa Anna responded and laid waste to the Alamo, it was a massacre, but when they laid waste and killed President Pico and everybody, it was a battle. But anyway, we have to look at that. And then when Theodore Roosevelt started running for president, he ain't know nothing about no black excellent military soldiers. Them white men did that by themselves. But if it wasn't for the battle, what was it, San Juan? I think I wrote that down. Let's see. I guess I didn't. But it was a battle of like San Juan. Yeah, San Juan. That the Negroes dominated over. Stay out there military, y'all. Look out for one another. Love one another. If you're going to go in the military, don't let them break your mind. Meditate. Take your stones everywhere you go. Remember who you are. And come back and tell us what you learned. Now, we organically know guerrilla warfare, but we got to know what they know. Just go to know. You get your degree. If you can stay sane, that's fine. My homeboy told me his first day there, as soon as he got there, a man got blew up, and they told him go pick that man up. Go pick that shit up. Yeah. The Euro-Americans thought the Afro-Americans go pick up all them body parts and shit. One of his homeboys was sent on a direct order to go do some shit he wasn't supposed to do in the first place, because when they get fatigued, you supposed to let them rest. Nah. He went out there and got bombed. Because he was slipping mentally. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop. Wake up. Stay out that military. They put that free shit in your face, that check in your face, that good credit in your face. Yeah, they'll reward you. They will. But the reward, our money, not good money. It's not worth it in the end. Because we are helping them conserve the system of racism, the system of white supremacy. We are conserving the exact way that we are treated. Establish an underground gun system while y'all in there. There can't nobody steal like a nigga. So they say, be strategic if you're going to join the military forces. And don't forget who you are. What you are. Women, raise your boys, okay? Men, raise your boys, okay? Please, teach them. Oh, you going in the Navy? Let me tell you what you need to find out while you there. Oh, you an engineer, but you still want to go into the armed forces? Let me see what you figure out while you there. There should be a black man right now who can build a submarine for us right now. We got to know how to build houses, cars. Come on. Y'all talk, oh, it's a war about to break out, but ain't nobody preparing for it. We steady fighting for the enemy. I have a feeling if a race war broke out right now, there will be black soldiers fighting the black people. Just like in Dallas when that black man shot all them laws. Nigga, boy, it shouldn't have been a black officer at work that day. Y'all knew what was going down. Y'all should have took off that badge and uniform and been on this side with your people. But you over there with the Blue Klux Klan getting shot at. Shit, it is what it is. You picked your side. Right? The black abater gotta go too. Who's abating the Euro-Americans in their crimes against humanity. Because we are humanity. And their crimes against us. They have to go too. The supporters. The ones who are disillusioned. Look, y'all. Stay out there military. Unless you have an ulterior motive. Our money is not good money. They continue to use us and exploit us for our money, our numbers, our military genesis. And still treat us like crap here. At home. You always go to war and always come home being treated like shit. If we ain't all won, then there is no winner. You got good credit, but they use you to ensure that your brother that you no longer see, because you done left the hood and moved to white folk neighborhood with your military check. You don't see the residue of you going to war in the hood that you from, because they quickly disassociate with you with them people. And them just become the niggas who did do what